Okay, the next question that we will look at is on the last page of your worksheet. Okay, for question 14. Okay, in question 14 here, there's two solids, table salt and chalk powder. So this question is actually similar to what we have done for the previous question. Okay, so previous question here, right, we have sodium chloride and sand. Sodium chloride is soluble in water, but sand is not soluble in water. So similarly over here, we have something that's soluble in water and something that's not soluble in water, right? So we have table salt, which will be soluble in water, right? But chalk is just like sand, it will be insoluble in water. So we are going to follow the exact same steps as what we have done in the previous question. But now we have to write it out step by step. Okay, so remember, if you're asked to describe step-by-step procedure, you have to write the steps as step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Okay, don't write it as one paragraph. It's just like how you give instructions to people who are going to carry out your experiment. So you tell them exactly what to do in your steps. Okay, so the first step here would definitely be to add water, right? Okay, so you add water. What's the purpose of adding the water into this solid mixture? Is to dissolve one of the solids, right? So you can say you add distilled water, or you can add Iona's water into the beaker of two solids. Okay, so the purpose is to and stir, right? Okay, and stir. You stir the mixture and stir the mixture and stir the mixture to dissolve table salt, right? Dissolve the table salt in water completely. Okay, so make sure that the table salt is all completely dissolved first. All right, so second step, after we have dissolved already, we will find that we have a beaker of we have a beaker that contains a salt solution and suspension of chalk. Okay, so what do we do to this? Okay, so we have to filter now, right? Okay, so we filter. How do you describe this whole thing here? Filter the suspension of chalk. Filter the suspension of chalk in salt solution, right? Not water. Now we have salt solution already. So the chalk is suspended in the salt solution. Suspended means not dissolved, right? So filter the suspension of chalk in salt solution. Okay, so what will be, okay, so the next you'll get after you filter, you'll get the chalk. The chalk will be collected as the residue on the filter paper, correct? The chalk will not pass through the filter paper. Okay, it will be collected as the residue on the filter paper. Okay, this is the chalk. Okay, then you can see that you want to, now you have separated the chalk already, right? So you can dry the chalk with paper to obtain the chalk, right? Okay, so number 4, okay, what will be collected as the filtrate? Okay, salt solution that passes through the filter paper, right? Salt solution will be collected as the filtrate. Now, what do you do to the filtrate? You don't want the water, you just want the chalk. I mean, you just want the salt. You don't want the water that's together with the salt. So what do you need to do? You have to evaporate, right? Evaporate all the water away. So evaporate the salt solution. Now, this is not enough. You need to tell me evaporate for how long. Okay, so don't have to tell me the time. Just say evaporate the salt solution to, what's the D word? To dryness, right? Okay, to obtain the solid salt. Okay, so once the water has all evaporated, you will get the solid salt back. So remember, step by step, write out the steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and try to describe it as fully as you can so that the person who's carrying out the experiment knows what is happening. Okay, so that's all for this worksheet for now. We will do the other questions after we have completed the chapter.